Alright, hey, what's up YouTube? So I'm going to do a little piece on the these Rancho RS 9000 XL series. I've been using them for quite a few years, and there's a couple things that I do to them that's not necessarily necessary, but I prefer to do it. You might want to get that out of there, bud. Someone hold it usually, or put it in the vise, but you guys are in the vise. Each one of these has a slit kind of on either side. Back in the day, what I would do is just tape it up like crazy. Well, you need to have a way for the air to come in and out as it, extends. So, and then it compresses. And when it compresses, you'll have all that air needs to come out. So usually what I'll do is I'll leave a little opening. They provide you with a zip tie here. So you don't have to have it on there perfect just yet. I like to keep the zip tie down as far down as I can. Let's see, this hole here, you can't see up inside there, so we need to move it up just a touch. There's a little like flap on that there. So now what we're gonna do, make sure it's positioned everywhere how we want, and then I'm gonna cut the zip tie. You can actually see up in there. This shock is gonna be standing upwards. Okay, the adjuster is gonna be in the back. At least the rear shock on the driver's side is like this, right? So this opening is downhill, right? So any condensation is going to build up, which it does, I promise you, especially if you live where I live, and then it'll drip out here. And then up top, I just like to tape around up top here just to keep it from slipping off or any water dripping down in there. So again, this step is not completely necessary, but I just have it more warm and fuzzy about it. So again, you want to try to make sure this zip tie doesn't get down a lot of water in there, but don't cover your holes here. And then just go around and then down the shock here, so that way it'll stick on the shock. That's a lot of tape. Well, it's a $120 or $150 shock, so comparatively it's cheap insurance. Now again, up here on the top, tape around the top of this. I used to zip tie it, but I don't know, this works pretty good. Go around a few times. So now that's extended all the way, so that's never gonna pull any more than that. So now compress it. The air is able to come in and out. This is probably on the lowest setting. It's probably on the lowest setting, so that brings me to the next part of the video. We're going to take these two screws out, but we're going to make sure she's lefty-loosey all the way. So that's as far counterclockwise as she'll go. Then we've got some synthetic water-resistant grease. Don't ever mix grease. Yeah, but I've never had an issue with anything I've ever mixed. But, probably should never mix stuff. Now, another tip. This is an empty tube, which many of us obviously have quite often. Go raid your old lady's Tupperware dish and put that little bit of extra in there, because sometimes you just need a little dab, right? Okay, take two. Don't take this and try to smack it like I did, and I ended up cracking it. So I had to go give me another one. You don't need to worry. The old lady will be fine. I don't have one. Now get your thingy of clean, dirty rags. That's pretty clean. Try to bring you in a little closer here. Let's see a little better. But these look like it's an 1/8 of an inch. So what we're gonna do, like I said, is loosen her all the way you can. And don't set anything on plastic like this, because if you bump it, it can go flying, man. So don't do as I am sometimes, right? Alright, now we got those out. Looks like there's blue Loctite on them. Now this is why we're doing it. Because even though this is a American company, which is good, but there's no grease in there. But we want this piston to continue to move throughout the year. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of that grease, put it in here, tighten it back down. So we'll take a little dab of grease. You don't need a whole lot. Look at that tiny little wipe. Kind of got all around the edges even, almost perfect. I want to put just a touch more. And make sure you put it back on the right way. I'm probably doing it bass-ackwards. No, that's it. And turn it just a touch like I had. Do the other one. These don't need to be crazy tight. I've done this for years, probably over 10 years now. I've been doing this to these, and I've never had a screw fall out, and I've never had any kind of issue rather than just them wear out as normal. But they do last a long time. Being fully adjustable, it is pretty nice. So instead of buying multiple shocks, these act as multiple shocks sometimes. From the lowest setting to the highest setting is a 400% difference. So, you know, you want it to ride stiffer, you want it to ride a little softer, you can definitely adjust them. And just to no ooga doogas, just to stop and a hair. Stop and a hair. And that's it. This shock's ready to go. We got her all taped up, zipped up, sealed up. But we still got our little air pockets to let the air out. And then we greased her. So now these are ready to go. So just do the other one and then I can install them. So just to quickly do the other side. Doesn't take very long. Make sure we got it out of there on that time. So some people go, oh, that's shot. If you can push it down, that's no good. Well, this is a brand new one, and look at that's not true. So it's awfully cold here. This is probably on a lower setting, but I am able to push it in. So again, we're gonna grease these and seal this all up. Now I'm just going to loosely put this on here. Orient it, like I was saying, in line. Keep our little flap there. Now this one's kind of plugged. So what we're going to do, take my custom made little knife. Now this is a knife. Slip that. Slit this side. Make sure we can get in there, right? That way you know the air is going to come and be able to flow freely. I'm just trying to stretch this just a touch, just to make sure I got a nice little opening. That's cut off, so let's put our tape on. And I don't want to cover that hole. Spin around. Now you want to have clean hands and make sure you clean this surface off. But just trying to shoot a quick video on the way I do this in case someone wants to seal them up like this. But the position of this is important, because if you tape these, you won't be able to turn them. So make sure you have the boot the way you want. But there you go, all set, ready to go. Last step, get you some extra horsepower here. So now to get our extra horsies, put a little bit of window glass cleaner, whatever. Wipe my greasy hands off. Handprints off. And usually it'd be nice to have clean hands to do this. Usually my corners always come up because I do it with greasy hands. Plus, being cold, it doesn't usually really want to stick either, but normally I would take these in the house and let it warm up. And usually I'd like to obviously wash my hands before doing this, but to just speed the video along, we'll just put them on. So there we go. Got two sweet Rancho RS 9000 XL 9-way, fully adjustable, modified, sealed, ready to go. Thanks for watching, Uncle Lemmy. We'll next video we'll do an installation of these.